I'm going to try and say this with a straight face. The march against government corruption will not be marching across the Harbour Bridge thanks to a police ambush at the direction of the Premier. How did I do? So last night, Mary Jane, the organiser for Millions March, put out a very long post, which I encourage you to read, about why she will not be going to court to challenge the Harbour Bridge not going ahead from the police. First off, I was surprised that they even got the bridge to start with, but this is a quote from the Premier. He said, "Everything is on the table if New South Wales police fail to stop the anti-corruption march at the Supreme Court," the Premier said. "I'm not going to rule anything out." Now, Mary Jane was very apologetic in her post, and I simply replied last night, "Look, Mary Jane, it's not your fault. You're one woman going against the state, for God's sake." And there's a great quote that comes to mind. "Find me the man and I'll find you the crime." So I had one very simple question for Mary Jane last night. Why didn't you just take it to court? Why didn't you tell them to say no to the bridge? She said, "Joel, you don't understand. They're actually trying to go after the Hyde Park thing as well. So not only would we have lost the bridge, we would have also lost the Hyde Park where all the speeches were planned." And by this point, they'd already fully paid off the stage there and everything associated with the equipment and sound. And so they had to compromise. And I said, "Didn't you have any legal counsel?" And she details this in her post. She says, "Look, we were called into court on Friday afternoon at like 3 o'clock. You got Saturday, you got Sunday, Father's Day, and all your submissions are due in on Monday at 9 a.m. and you've got court at 2:30. And I was like, "Ow, okay, right, ambush." So in order to secure Hyde Park, she basically had to withdraw her application to the bridge. Again, go read her post. It's on the Turning Point Australia Facebook page because we've shared it via her Facebook account. If you're disappointed like I am, I don't blame you, because later this month, there is a spring bike ride, a spring cycle on the 30th of September. So you can ride across the bridge, you can run across the bridge on a marathon, you can do an LGBT parade, you can do a Palestine parade, but you can't carry the Aussie flag across the bridge for a protest. Go figure that out. Make that make sense. With that said, the show must go on. Thanks to Mary Jane's actions, she saved Hyde Park. Hyde Park will be going ahead. Here is the poster for it. This is exactly why we actually have to be there. This is exactly why we have to protest.